Hey, Capricorn, Intuitive Soul Coach here with your October 2024 career reading. Welcome back to my channel if you're returning, and welcome if you're new. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, Capricorn, bottom of the deck, we do see here partnerships. So you could be manifesting a strong partnership. This could be a collaboration with a company, with an organization. You may be considering having a partner who can bring the experience that you lack. So this may mean that there's not enough help in a specific area, but perhaps bringing someone on board could be beneficial for you in the month of October. Yeah, I'm just seeing you're wanting to connect with others who want to be a part of the dynamic in a profound way. They're not just there to get a paycheck, or maybe it's you feeling like you don't want to just be doing something for a paycheck. You want there to be a common goal that everyone strives for. And it just feels like it's been difficult to find that help, or difficult for you to find your tribe in some way, shape, or form. Yeah, there's been a lot of anxiety here, a lot of fear showing up. Some of you may have even had some unexpected financial loss. Maybe even you've dealt with maybe human resources, a legality here. Ethics may have been involved. Maybe an ethical situation. Something is being restored though and coming into balance. And I feel like I've been saying that for you for the last couple of months, because you've gone through such a period of heaviness. And here you're seeing the nines and tens, which mean you're definitely coming to the end of this cycle. And there's a shift taking place. You have shift as your themed energy, taking your career potentially in a totally different direction. You having the courage to change course, continuing to grow, change, and learn is going to be pivotal. Yeah, look at, because the Five of Pentacles is in reverse, saying you're recovering your sense of stability. Some of you lost it all, or you may have been demoted. There may have been a health crisis. Some of you, oh, wow. Okay. Hopes and fears, Ten of Swords. That one kind of snuck out. So there are some, no, not some. There's a lot of doors and chapters closing here for you. What's the outcome for career, money, finances for Capricorn? Okay. Decision time. We have a decision coming in. Now, this makes sense because we do have the, I thought we had the moon. We do have, maybe it's the moon energy of eclipse season. Whatever you're not sure about, whatever you feel a bit uncertain about, I feel like things are going to be made clear. You're going to have a little more information, a little bit more knowledge to release some fears or doubts that you may have been holding on to in the past here. So let's start off with your first cards out. You have unexpected, you have shift, and you have the office. There has been some sort of loss, I see. This is past position. The financial crisis may be out of your control, but you can still control the outcome. And it is about dealing with things ahead of time and trying to prepare for, the unexpected before the unexpected happens. It's like getting in front of a situation, because you're highly intuitive, Capricorn. You're able to figure things out quite quickly is what I'm getting here. This is about you having or being insured in some way, shape, or form. Now, it could be actual insurance. This could be an insurance claim. Some of you may work in insurance. I'm just getting insured, like you are insured in this situation, like if it were to ever come to it. But because you've been planning and you've been preparing, I feel like the changes that are shifting here for you are actually really good, because if you've been in a situation that's felt very heavy, very traumatic, or it's been a repetitive, redundant cycle of financial struggle or loss, the shift that's coming in here, it's going to be better than where you've been. And I feel like you are dealing with things now so you can have a brighter future. Now, the shift taking place is happening in the present, right? This says taking your career in a totally different direction. And that's why you have the choice card showing up here as your outcome, because this is you being at that crossroads. This is you having that courage, which I see you do. I see that you have the strength, the stamina, the determination, because you have the 10 of Wands in your future position. So you're taking something all the way, or you're finally going to see your rewards, your hard work paying off, because you are one of the hardest workers, Capricorn. I feel like you dedicate yourself to the task and there's no stopping you, but sometimes it can come at a cost, right? Sometimes it can come at a cost. So just be mindful that you're not breaking your back, or you're not, letting people take advantage of you, or make sure you're drawing that line in the sand to set boundaries and take care of your health as well. You've reached the end of a route where you cannot continue going in the direction you're going. Yeah, and that's why we have so many 10s showing up here in your reading. And I feel like you are at the finish line. You are at the crossroads, I should say here, where you can go forward, you can go left, you can go right. And I feel like you just can't go back, or you're not meant to go back. You've learned valuable lessons, because I feel like they've been repetitive. They've come back around for you to learn. Some of you have been in a situation that's been like a revolving door, and this shift is something new. Now we do have office showing up. Delegating more can help you increase your earnings. That makes sense with the 10 of Wands showing up in your near future, because this can be the card of delegating. And sometimes we have that mentality that we must do it ourselves so it gets done right. Okay, if you've ever said that, I'll just do it myself. That way it gets done, or that way it gets done right. I feel like it is important though to accept help however it shows up for you, or that is something you've had to do as you felt like you haven't had the amount or the type of work that you put into situations, and it's like people fall short is what I'm picking up on. When you're a darn hard worker here, Cap, and I just feel like people have left you feeling disappointed, or you've been disappointed in how people have shown up. You may be a secretary, a staff assistant, an office manager, or any job working in an office or working remotely, but you check in with the office. I feel like paperwork, documentations, again, this could be some sort of insurance, it could be real estate, whatever it is that you do. I'm also getting numbers, so maybe it's banking, mortgage, accounting. Think of the greater good, right? Think of the greater good here, because you see in this office, everyone is working together. I also see like a poster board. Some of you, or not a poster board, but like a dry erase board. Perhaps you have that in your office, or you've just jotted something down on the dry erase board. You could use that for a meeting. I feel like what's on that board is significant. You might not want to erase it right away, because I feel like they're pointing the finger to the board. So there's something on the board that needs to be addressed, or it needs to be looked at again. Or if this, maybe you don't have an actual dry erase board, but perhaps this is something significant, such as a quote or, a phrase that's in the office. It's as if I see a finger pointing to it, like pay attention. What does that say? So if you have some sort of quote or phrase or message or assignment or task on or near your office space, maybe it's on your desk, I feel like it's important to pay attention to that affirmation or that phrase or whatever it may be. Now, because we have partnership at the bottom of the deck, I do feel like you are working on bringing people to the mix that feel like they're in it to win it, right? Not just in it for a paycheck, like we mentioned, or a number. And some relationships are holding you back. Okay, I'm just going to put that out there. Some relationships in your business or in your career or where you're at, maybe this is personally, they are holding you back from success because you may be overcompensating. You may be people pleasing. You could be, doubting yourself. You could be working double because you're doing their job. I just feel like there's some energy here that does not mix, it does not meld together, and it's causing delays. And that may be something that's ending or breaking away for you. Now we do have here, and we have caution and retail. So that could be part of the message I just mentioned, is the caution. Use caution when making financial decisions. Careful not to overspend on wants instead of needs, because right now, and I'm also getting being cautionary around certain people, certain energies here, because they may not have your best interest. They may not be looking at it from the highest good, which I feel like you are. They may be just getting it, looking at it for what can I get out of this. So try not to let them take advantage is what I'm getting here. If you have an idea, this is the green light, Capricorn. This is the green light. The universe saying, now's the time. There's a need for it. Whatever your idea is, this could be a good, it could be a service, it could be, a skill or a talent, it could be something you create. I feel like it could be an idea that you want to share with the office. I feel like people want it, or there is a need for it. So don't be afraid to express yourself. Consider careers in retail, e-commerce, goods and services. Save time and energy, add passive income, taking your business online or taking a business goal to the next level. So that's key. And then this is interesting because you have the unlocking, and usually I just pull the bottom three, but I couldn't help seeing this card. Now, almost every sign I feel has received this specific card, and it says, what was locked can now be opened. Remember what I said? I was feeling that moon energy. That's probably why, because we are entering a powerful eclipse energy, eclipse season, or we are in it. And this is about the floodgates. It says you've opened the floodgates of abundance without limitations. And I feel like there's been a lot of blocks for you. Blocks are here to tell you that you're steering off track. It's time to get back here on track. And I feel like there's been people, places, things, beliefs that have held you back, and they may have been cautioning you. And I feel like that's why you're at this crossroads, because you're saying, wait a second, there is a new way. I don't have to keep going in this direction. I've unlocked here a new timeline, a new paradigm. And I feel like that's the choice you're going to make, is to put ends to these cycles and not have them replay out. And I feel like you couldn't have them replay out even if you wanted. Now, what's going on here in your overall energy? We have the 9 of coins, but it is in reverse. 9 of coins is a very, very powerful energy when it's in the upright. I mean, even when it's in the reverse, it's still a very powerful energy, but it says that there's possibly financial abundance, but it just doesn't feel as fulfilling as you would like to see it. Right? The 9 of Pentacles is creating a life that you love, a life that you're proud of, individual achievement, self-sufficiency, hard work paying off, right? Achieving your goals. But when it shows up in reverse, it can be very, very independent. Remember what I said earlier about my way or the highway, or I'll just get it done, because you can't rely on other people. Don't let that energy turn into a belief or condition you to believe that there's no help, or there's no, good people, or there's not ever going to be the opportunity to simplify your life. Because I feel like there's been something that's hardened you in some way, or something that has caused fear to rise up within you. And I feel like there is an opportunity for prosperous victory here with this 9 of coins in your energy. But you must delegate or open your belief up to attracting helpful people and you may say, well, how do I do that, Mel, when I've been disappointed, when I'm doing everybody else's job, or I'm not getting recompense, or whatever it may be? I feel like you are getting recompensed for your work. I do see that, but you've had to work so hard at it at a cost, potentially. You've had to sacrifice. I am getting like sacrificial energy. You've had to sacrifice maybe your family time, or your love life, or some hobbies of yours, whatever it may be. But I feel like you're closing this chapter of unfulfillment, and you're opening up this new portal towards abundance, aside from just financial abundance. This is soul tribe, right? This is resources through many different avenues, not just one. And that's what Spirit wants you to remember. Nine of Pentacles is feeling confident and feeling a sense of pride, and because you have a team energy, or because you may have, this success, but it's not just you anymore. And I am getting, and this came up in another reading, Capricorn, I think it may have been maybe it was Scorpio's reading, I think. Here I go again on my own, White Snake. So some of you've been on this path all by yourself, and you're like, here I go again, repeating something. But I feel like there's an opportunity, a new path for more fulfilled achievement, more prosperous victory. Now, what's crossing your path could be your very own fears or attachments to those beliefs that limit you, specifically around money. Right? And Capricorn, you are this Queen of Coins. You are the earth sign. Now, this could be that person that I felt was holding you back. This could be, a Queen of Coins, potentially in reverse, someone who's very materialistic, someone who's very, maybe they don't know how to focus on the material and the spiritual, right? They're all about the money. They could be very greedy. They could be very dominant, too traditional to a point where there's not a lot of flexibility for growth or expansion. Or this could be parts of yourself at times that feel like you're struggling finding balance between the spiritual and the material world. Because the Queen of Coins, when she's in the upright, she's a boss, right? She's worked hard for her wealth. She's frugal, she's resourceful, she's business savvy, she's stable and secure with who she is. Some of you have been knocked down a notch because this was you at some point in the upright, but it feels like you got to this point, you got to this peak, and then people let you down, and then you had to go off on your own. Here I go again on my own, right? And I feel like the challenge here is to find peaceful abundance instead of the abundance being attached to a motive. It's almost like there's a challenging motive that's attached to this abundance through every person, even if it's the same one or if they're new people. It's like, can't there just be peaceful abundance? Can't we all just work together? Now, what's below you is the Eight of Coins. Perfectionism, people pleasing. This can be acquiring knowledge, people not putting in the work, right? Not putting in the effort. This can be needing to learn. I'm getting certifiable education. This could be taking some new classes, courses, or workshops. Eight of Pentacles is mastery, right? It's driving oneself. I also see a challenge with time management, a challenge with schedules, conflicting schedules, or, people may lie on their resume, or they may say they have some sort of experience but don't, or they have the experience but they're not, they have maybe the education, but it's like they don't stick to it, or they don't follow through in some way, shape, or form. Yeah, and I feel like that puts the heavy burdens on you because you know your stuff, right? You have the education, you have the skills or the talents. If you didn't, you wouldn't have gotten to this Nine of Pentacles, right? You wouldn't have gotten there. But I feel like in the past, you had to work really hard at acquiring knowledge and building yourself up. And some of you may even have certain people that come in that, they've been there for 2 years and you've been there for 10 years. And you're like, wait a second, why is this person making more money than me? I do way more than them and I've been here longer. Or if you are a business owner, I feel at times like you get stuck in a little bit of a loop of things not quite panning out the way that you'd hoped. And it feels like it's a repetitive hamster wheel that you're on. Now, in the recent past, there's been some anxiety, some trauma, some obsession. Nine of Swords can be fears, worries, nightmares. It can feel a little bit hopeless, right? Hopeless. But I see that you're putting an end to the hopeless and you're shifting your mindset to hopeful, because I feel like there is going to be a gift here that comes in, or an aha moment, or a breakthrough. That's part of the shift that shifts your mindset even from hopeless to hopeful, from, not feeling like you have enough, right? Maybe that poverty conscious mindset to more of an abundant mindset here. So there could be very much a mental shift happening here for you, because we see the King of Swords in the potential. The King of Swords is ethical. It's someone who, he's going to look at the facts. He's going to go straight to the evidence here. And I feel like the facts are the facts. So for those of you that are dealing with a legal situation, maybe a situation that was taken to human resources, or it was an unfair, unjust situation, I just get that there's going to be fairness. There's going to be a rebalancing potentially of, the cycle that's been very difficult. King of Swords is very intelligent. He's very logical, very experienced, very strategic. Now, this is someone who, they're not interested in fantasy. They're not interested in the emotion piece of it. They just want the facts. And maybe that may be part of this could be the person sometimes that can hold you back, because you may be wanting or expecting more from them and they just don't have that to offer. But I also feel for those of you that are going through something that's been, again, a legal situation, I just feel like the evidence and the facts are going to win out here. Okay. Now, in the near future, you are going to delegate. You're going to hit the end of this cycle. 10 of Wands. Be careful of the back. I am getting back. Now, some of you may have had some recent back pain, maybe lower back, mid back, upper back. This could also be the neck. Be mindful of bending as well, because the back is all about support. And when the 10 of Wands shows up, we don't always feel like we have that support. And I see that this is going to feel at times like you've taken on a lot, right? You have a responsibility per se, or it's about prioritizing those responsibilities. And if you've taken on too many, you must delegate. And if you feel like you don't have anyone to delegate, then that is where that reassessing of priorities comes in, and time management comes in here. Hiring someone, going in a different direction where it doesn't feel as burdensome, because endings are bringing in new beginnings here for you. And 10 is the month of October. This is a 10. This is the month where you get to offload, is kind of what I get. It's like you finally finished this cycle that's been a cycle for some of you years, some of you decades. You're like, Mel, I've been in this cycle for a long time. I've been in this 10 energy of carrying these burdens for the last 6 years. When is it going to end? Well, I see double 10s here. So when this ends, I feel like it's coming, but maybe there's been a tad bit of resistance, right? Resistance towards something, or blocks. Okay. Blocks. This could even be stuff, unexpectedly out of your control coming in, where you just try to get ahead, but then something happens, something breaks down, or, there's been something else that gets in the way. But I feel like what you're manifesting is a partnership that you can trust. You see, both of these gentlemen here are happy. They both have smiles on their face. This is a partnership who does bring experience where you lack, but you both flow together like peanut butter and jelly, right? It's a very good partnership. They're the yin, you're the yang. When you come together, there's a common good. It creates a sense of wholeness. And this is what you've really been wanting here. What's going on in your energy? You're letting go. 4 of Coins in reverse. You're letting go of perhaps some sort of scarcity or poverty conscious mindset. Some of you may have been holding on too tightly to a material belief of yours, or something materialistically. Maybe you weren't spending, right? Maybe you were not investing in something. You were holding yourself back because you felt like you didn't have the right partnership, or it wasn't the right time. And I feel like you're opening yourself up a little bit more to expansion, and you're letting go of hanging on so darn tight that you suffocate something, or you feel suffocated, or there's just not a lot of room for growth. you're ready to let it go. And I see in the environment, letting it go, you're going from the 4 of coins to the 5 of coins. So you're making stride, you're making progress. Both of these are in reverse. If I'm going to see the 4 and the 5, I like to see them in reverse because it means that you're coming out of the obstacle phase and you're on to the make it happen phase. This is where the hope comes in. Some of you are recovering debt, recovering financial loss. You're recovering from maybe mental health, physical health, emotional health. This is recovering a sense of stability. So all of those things that we just mentioned, Capricorn, contribute to your stability in some way, shape, or form here in the physical material world. Now, I do see that there could be some sort of investment. You could be investing with a firm or a partnership here. There could be legal documents that both of you sign, right? Or there could be a clause or, something written. I do feel with that King of Swords, it's best to have maybe a lawyer or best to have something notarized or written down, a written agreement, because partnership here is very strong coming in and someone could be investing in you or investing in your company. There could be a sales offer. Someone could be selling a business. This could be, maybe buying a business, working together on a business here. But I feel like you're definitely recovering. And the fear is staying in this deep anguish 1 second longer. And I say 1 second longer because a lot of you are you're done with it. You're like, I'm done. I've already been in the cycle, Mel. This isn't something that's just been going on for months. This is years for some of you. But the fear, the hope, is to lift this anguish. It's to finally feel like you're done with the betrayal. You're done with, the loss, the heartache, the stabbed in the back. The hard time is almost over. And it is. It really is for you because your outcome, there's going to be some choices that you make. Don't overthink it. Don't overthink it with the 2 of Swords here. I'm going to pull one more card with the 2 of Swords as your outcome. Spirit, why is the 2 of Swords here and what is this decision? Okay, they do want that one. Thank you. We have the 8 of Wands. There's going to be some sort of communication. This could be, handshake as you see. This could be a partnership. I feel like things are going to accelerate quickly once a decision is made. Trust in your true north. Trust also what you know logically. With the King of Swords, trust the facts, trust the evidence here. Trust your logical mind to make choices, not based on fear, but based on what you know to be true. Okay. And I also see here that both your mind and your heart are in alignment here. So it means that this choice or decision is, calculated. It is something you've thought out, I see. This is something that, it is going to change everything in a big way for you. But I see that this could happen quite quickly. Okay. It could happen quite quickly with the 8 of Wands because this is going to help you get back on track. 8 of Wands in reverse is like a train wreck, right? It's like a train going off the tracks because it's going so fast and it doesn't have an easy way to slow down. And some of you, your whole career has felt in the last year or two or longer has felt like a train off the tracks, right? It's felt like a wreck at times. And I do feel here that this choice, this partnership, this documentation, this legal settlement, whatever this is here is actually going to help you get back on track. So in a way, I feel like this is an easy choice. I feel like it is an easy choice, but because of the burns in the past, because of the betrayal, I feel like you're having a hard time trusting. And that may be the biggest block here is trusting that this is a good partnership. And I feel like it is. Let's pull a card though on this partnership. Spirit, what do we have? Because earlier we were talking about that person holding you back, but I feel like this new energy is good. Is good. Yeah, look at, you have the Death. You have the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. So you're cutting out someone of the past that was holding you back and you're opening up to fortune. This is someone new, right? And yes, there's some uncertainty around it. Yes, the moon is showing up and you may not know what this looks like, but I feel like you're trusting, or at least you're going to have some blind faith here. And I feel like this Wheel of Fortune is saying, this is an opportunity that's destined, right? This is a fated, destined opportunity with the Wheel of Fortune. This isn't someone from the past. I mean, it could be someone from the past, but it's not the past person I see holding you back. I don't see that. If anything, I feel like it could be this Queen of Coins in reverse, or just people in general that you've dealt with that may have left you feeling very uncertain about anyone. Yeah, I just get that you have a hard time trusting in individuals because you've been burned so much. But this time, this is very destined. What is the message here? Yeah, never ending story. It's time for you to step out of that. And this time you can choose to do something different, because if you do what you've been doing, you're going to get what you've been getting, right? Never ending story, card 37. Some of you may be 37 years old. This is about self-criticism. It can be about the wounded ego and unnecessary dramas. And the prosperity message is this: fear, envy, procrastination, greed, and the perception of victimhood could all be active in your life at this moment. Are you comparing your success with others, thinking that their success should be yours? Maybe you're afraid of all the good that's coming your way, so you step out of your lane, totally aware of what you're doing, but seemingly powerless to stop yourself. Are you back where you started, or in a situation that reminds you of past failures? Are financial insecurities scaring you? You must learn to love yourself through missteps and sabotaging moments. Use the criticism constructively right now. Better yet, stop telling the story altogether. Make up a new one. The universe loves you deeply, Capricorn, and will wait for you to figure that out. Tell a new story, and success is all but guaranteed. You can do it. You absolutely can do it. And it is time to avoid drama. We said that earlier. It's time to avoid drama at all costs, especially when it comes to other people's stuff, because you are sensitive, and I feel like your sensitivity is on overload with that 10 of Wands. It says your mantra today: not my circus, not my monkeys, one of my favorites. All this drama will pass and you will carry on unscathed and blameless. And it's interesting because the next card out, or in the next card after this, card 38, is to be fair. And Spirit is highlighting the to be fair, even though it's not coming out. I see it in the book, and I feel like I'm supposed to read some of it because of the King of Swords here. This is about balance, justice, considering options here, and that's your outcome. This is mutual benefit and the law of cause and effect. And the message for you regarding this is a time for even exchange. Justice will prevail, and you will be treated accordingly in all your affairs. You will be able to negotiate. There's that partnership, the shaking of hands. You'll be able to negotiate fair settlements. Mutual gain is the gift to you and your partners and colleagues. This is also a good time to square your finances and take stock of how you're compensated for your work. This card signifies balance, justice, negotiation. So remember that all things must be fairly recompensed. Keep this as your truth, and so it will be. And that's what I see here. That's part of, and the reason why I think Spirit was guiding me to this is because that's what the choice or decision, maybe this is something that's out of your control. Maybe it's a choice or decision that is being made with the Wheel of Fortune, with the moon and partnership here. But I feel like the choice is actually going to bring balance for you to step out of this cycle once and for all. Absolutely. Let's get a few messages here from your animal spirit guides. And at this time, I just ask, if you can safely do so, Capricorn, please close your eyes. Take a nice deep belly breath from your solar plexus chakra. Nice big inhale. Hold it as long as you can. And release through the mouth with a nice big sigh. And with your eyes still closed, tune into your third eye chakra, the area between your eyebrows and your forehead region. And I want you to imagine the first animal or animals that show up in your mind's eye. Now this could be an animal that flies high in the sky. It could be an animal that swims deep in the sea. Perhaps your animals are wild, magical, mystical, or even domesticated. This could be a pet that's crossed over the rainbow bridge, one that you currently have at your home or by your side. And this could be an animal that's crossed your path recently in the great outdoors. There is no right or wrong answer, Capricorn. And if you need a moment, just pause the video and come back when you're ready. And for those of you that would like to be entered into the free monthly reading giveaway, where I draw one winner around the first of the month, all you need to do is drop your power animal in the comment section below the video. And I personally will enter you into that giveaway. So please make sure you hit that subscribe and bell button so you don't miss that notification. All right, let's get to your animals. Now, some of you may be born on the 20th or the 2nd. Those could also be life path numbers or personal year numbers. You could be born on the 17th, the 9th, or you may be 32 years old. We have dolphin spirit. This and that are true. Okay, this and that are true. I feel like this has to do with truth, with facts, and with evidence, but also dolphins represent playfulness. So there is an energy here of keeping an open mind, okay? Keeping an open mind about things, having a little bit of fun along the way, and knowing your truth, right? What is your truth? And it's card 20, which is the Judgment. And this is about a second chance. This is about self-awareness, right? I feel like you are coming out of troubled waters. There's a second chance here with the 17, the star. Crow spirit says, co-create with spirit. Spirit is our biggest manifesting partner. And the star energy is about wishes granted, a brighter future ahead. Now, you do have brown bear. I feel like there is going to be a bit of a time out. It's also 9 energy, which is the hermit. This may have happened in Virgo season. Some of you took a little bit of time to gain some introspection. This could be a little bit of a trip, a vacation. I feel like you needed that downtime because things may really get busy the last quarter for you of the year. Okay, life is speeding up here, so there's definitely going to be some changes and some shifts happening. 2, I get 2 could be significant within the next 2 months. Things are going to take off. And you also have that with the 8 of Wands as well, some sort of message, communication. And then lastly, you have Hawk. Let spirit be your guide. Let spirit guide you. And some of you feel like you've been walking this path alone, or it feels like you haven't had help or support in some way. Spirit is right here with you. Some of you may even be seeing the hawk more, or you could be having dreams about winged creatures is what I'm picking up on. You may be seeing them more outdoors. Let's get some final messages here from your spirit guides. What do we have from your spirit guides, your ancestors, your loved ones? You are a big deal. You are a big deal, Capricorn. How can you step fully into your divine power? We often do not give ourselves the credit we deserve. You are amazing. You are a big deal. Walk into the room and fully own it. Own this day. How can you make this day yours? I am a big deal. I want you to say that to yourself. It's not in a conceited way, but it's a remembering who you are kind of way. It is owning your power and remembering that, you are worth so much, right? You are worthy of great abundance, that you have what it takes to succeed. because you're showing me that you do. You're showing me that you've been there before. So whatever loss, insecurities, fears, or things that have gone on in the past may have taken a little bit of that away from you, but remembering that you're a big deal is going to be significant for you. And then we have self-care. And whenever I see the 10 of Wands showing up, it does remind us to really take care of ourselves because we've gone through a lot. Self-care is not selfish. We cannot pour from an empty cup. Fill your soul cup up and everyone around you will benefit, including yourself. Do one thing today that will fill up your soul cup. Take a bath, journal, eat a healthy meal, get a massage, do some yoga, put on your favorite song, and love on you today, Capricorn. Love on you because your needs matter. Honor yourself today. So give yourself a little bit of that extra TLC. That's what we see with the brown bear here as well. Take some time out just to be. You're going to need your fuel. You're going to need your energy because things are going to speed up here for you. And I feel like you're going out with a bang. You're going out of 2024 with a bang here. And even though it hasn't been necessarily the way that you would have liked things to pan out for you, I do feel like you're owning it. And I feel like you're going to remember and remind yourself that you are a big deal and that you are being of service to your mission, and the hard work that you have been doing day in and day out, month after month, year after year, is going to pay off here in profound ways. Don't ever lose your hope. You have the star card showing up here. Don't ever lose that hope, because you're not alone. Spirit is your biggest manifesting partner, and you are co-creating at this time to really manifest some great abundance. Choices are going to be made here, but you can trust that these choices are going to help you step out of that revolving door. That's what I have for you, Capricorn. I hope that resonates. If so, please hit that thumbs up button. Feel free to share, like, subscribe, and hit that bell. Do drop your power animals in the comment section below the video. And again, hit that bell and subscribe button so you don't miss future notifications. Thank you so much for tuning in today, Capricorn. Lots of love.